This city lost 244,000 people in 10 years. It left behind a city with the highest unemployment rate in the United States. It left behind the highest poverty rate, the highest murder rate. Washington, D.C. and Boston have populations almost the same size as ours. Okay, every city in America does not live with this violence.
Why are so many kids getting shot?
It's really fear. And I always tell guys, fear and anger equal rage. Fear and anger equal rage. I grew up in the same environment, and I just got lucky.
Fear I get because there's a lot of violence already.
Yes.
What's the rage? What's the root
The
of
rage
that?
comes from the anger. Yeah, a lot of times you walk around, if you see a guy, all of a sudden, he go bad. It's not just the fear that made him go bad, it's the anger. He's angry, guess what? He can't get a job. You know, he's angry because you look over here and somebody's doing really well and they getting all the benefits.
Isn't that something like the heavy violence, the heavy murder, the drugs, that rage, all coincides with the leaving of these factories?
Absolutely.
In Detroit, we kind of just went through a down spiral where we didn't have much recreation, even for the youth or even for adults, no jobs, no opportunities. So it was just, people relying on themselves. What can I do to provide for me and mine?
So naturally, I want to meet somebody that hasn't been shot, that's trying to get through it, do the right things. Meet Jordan Ruffin L., at the time 16, moves out of his mother's house because she can't afford him. He moves in with another teenager on the other side of town. He takes 2 buses to school and from school, all by himself, getting through. What he says to me, this guy, this very young guy, this very talented guy, is there are flowers capable of growing in any corner in this country. They just need to be nurtured and they need to be watered. He's got everything we want in a young man.
A lot of people within the city, they'll go to like illegal things because that's basically what's openly available within the city, It's a saying, like if you keep too many rats within the same live trap, 9 times out of 10, by the morning time, one of them be eaten by another one. So, in other words, less resources, less thoughtfulness.
No jobs, no money for schools, no money for programs, no money for police. You know how many kids have been shot since bankruptcy? How many kids in the last 6 years?
How many?
Over 500.
That's crazy.
You know what percentage even get arrested?
How many?
Less than 20.
What really brought us here is the loss of the police force, the loss of police department, the loss of people caring about law enforcement. That's what really brought us here. It's the disrespect of law enforcement, how they minimize what we do, how we're set up to be the bad guy. We're the political pawns in all of this. Law enforcement officers, and every cop go out there every single day and bust his ass to do something good. But we got a handful of officers trying to do the job where you need at least double the amount of officers out there.
When I came on the job, it was 5,000 cops. You could not drive through a neighborhood without passing another scout cop. It was 5,000 of us. You had enough resources to really go out there and fight crime. Now we got about 2,000 cops. And think about it, 2,000 cops.
2,000 cops.
2,000 cops. And then not only that, they making them work double shifts.
So Detroit goes bankrupt. This is supposed to somehow improve children's lives. Do we get schools? Do we get programs? Do we get after-school jobs? Do we get more police? Do we get crime solved? No.
Another homie got smoked, but it's no surprise. Everybody's tripping cause the boy was too young to die. A sad sight to see my homie take his last breath. Everybody's tripping cause they can't accept my homie's death. Another killing was reported on the evening news. Somebody's brother got killed behind a pair of shoes. In the midst of all this shit, I think about myself. Wondered when somebody's gonna try to take me off the shelf.
So I've become close to Jordan in the 2 years that I know him. His very best friend killed himself with a gun. And then I got a call around Christmas. His other very best friend looked at the dope man Ron at the liquor store and took it in the chest.
And Bushwick can't sleep when everybody around me keeps falling 6 feet deep.
There's an old saying, you're like walking lunch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Are you a target? Do you feel?
Yeah, I have, man. I have. It's been like that almost since I can remember, you know. But not me being on my own and not being in the house all the time and, you know, having to make money and stuff by myself. Yeah, you know.
When do you feel it? Like when does the radar go off? When does the hair on your neck start to tell you, uh-oh? What do you do to avoid it?
Basically, whenever you walk outside the house, radar on. I mean, it's like a lifestyle, though, if you think about it. You're born in Detroit, you know about straight bullets, hit people, and just senselessness. I don't know, I look at it as a living.
You know, there's a whole way of life where it's not like that.
Yeah.